The state shoots at its people. The regime killed. Those who demanded justice were beaten. They have been erased. Hundreds have disappeared. Many will never be back. Guardians of democracy. In Cameroon, voting
with a percentage that varies between 60 and 80% in several polling stations.
48 hours later, he addressed the nation.
This result deeply moved me.
by polling station reports from the 18 major departments, representing nearly 80% of the electorate, made public by
We are here. We are with our local representative. He came out to reassure us that nothing was going to happen. Hey, hey.
On October 21st, the National Commission for the Final Counting of Votes submitted its figures to the Constitutional Council. According to the Commission, Paul Biya was the winner.
Paul Biya, 53.66%. Issa Chiroma Bakari, 35.19%. Cabra Libi, 3.41%. Bello Buba Maigari, 2.45%. Tomaino Ndamanjoya, 1.66%. Oshi Joshua, 1.21%. Ateki Seta Caxton, 0.87%. Iodi Hiram Samuel, 0.4%. Matamba Serge Espoir, 0.35%. Bouga Hagbe Jacques, 0.3%. Kwemo Pierre, 0.28%. And Akeremuna, 0.22%. This is the report that was submitted to the Constitutional Council after 4 days of work by the National Commission for the final counting of votes for this presidential election.
Within hours, the country erupted in protest. Crowds came out. The people demanded the truth of the ballot box. A few days later, 𝐷𝐶𝐬𝐵𝐾𝐲 called for peaceful mobilization.
Dear compatriots, on Sunday, October 26, 2025, at exactly 3 p.m., I call on all Cameroonians to come out in massive numbers in every city, every village, every neighborhood across Cameroon and throughout the diaspora. Let us raise our voices together in a peaceful march to show the entire world that it is the people who chose their leader. Let us remain united, dignified, and determined. Our strength lies in our numbers, in our discipline, and in our unshakable conviction that the future of Cameroon belongs to its children.
For many, it was the
Currently in 𝐵𝐷𝐾𝐲, a spontaneous crowd came out to protest. Spontaneously, the crowd came out in 𝐵𝐷𝐾𝐲.
C'est eux qui ont fait. C'est terminé. Voilà ça. Ils ne peuvent pas la défendre.
jamais la victoire. Ça se passe à Bangaté. Ouais, ça se passe à Bangaté. La patrouille à mort nous vaincrons. Oui, ça se passe comme ça à Bangaté. La patrouille à mort nous vaincrons. Oui.
Na Bouyasso, Bouyalai, Chiroma. Bouyalai. Bouyalai.
Cheer! Cheer!
Live ammunition. Live
would you describe these arrests? Political repression, preventive measures by the state, or violations of rights of part of criminal procedure law?
In terms of procedure, what's happening here can't be called arrests. These aren't arrests. These are absolutely abductions, they're kidnappings. And I choose my words carefully. So just imagine we go to the Chang at 8 p.m., which is forbidden. We go to arrest a father right in front of his children, who tell the police he was already asleep. They are going to wake him up. The father comes out of his room wearing only his underwear. He tells the police, please allow me to put on some pants so I can dress normally. These people who are not in uniform refuse to identify themselves. They have no warrant, and they arrest a man in the middle of the night at 8 p.m. in Chang, and they took him to Yaoundé with only his underwear on. It was when he arrived in his cell that a cellmate lent him some clothes. And you can imagine what the transport conditions are like, traveling in pickup trucks between Chang and Yaoundé in the middle of the night for someone who isn't even dressed, who has been dragged out of bed. Worse, he's hooded, meaning they grab him and put a black hood over his head. But that's not enough. So they take a towel that we all use in our cars to wipe up dirty things and put that over his face too, all the way to Yaoundé. Cameroonians need to realize what is happening in our country. And people are arrested without being told why. Secondly, people are being taken to Yaoundé. Some of them are taken from Garoua. To date, I have not yet been able to see the family of Mr. Chiroma, who was taken from Garoua, not for not having taken the necessary steps. I have not been able to see them, even though I know where they are. I am being told to wait. So people are brought to Yaoundé, and they are unable to contact their families, lawyers, or doctors. However, the law clearly states that when people are arrested, they must be notified of the charges against them and given the means to alert their family so that they at least know where they are. Gentlemen on the panel, you should know that there are people who are searched for 3, 4, 5 days before they are found, before we know where they are. This is not allowed under Cameroonian law. It is prohibited by all the international laws that we have ratified. Thirdly, the brutality of the arrests. We mentioned earlier the case of Parfait Mbovum. Are you aware that Mr. Mbovum was arrested and that at the Legion in Yaoundé, a police officer took it upon himself to punch him in the face? He was not defending himself. He did not resist arrest, but that did not stop him from being brutalized. And that's the case for many. Honestly, why are these people being arrested? They could have issued a proper statement explaining why they are arresting people across the country, from north to south, east to west. People are being arrested without being told why. Well, listen, I attended the hearings of several people in Yaoundé, Anichet Ekane, Abba Oyono, Joachim Chameni, and others, Parfait Mvum, Ntonga Emmanuel. They are questioned and told that they are being prosecuted for hostility against the fatherland. They were prosecuted for insurrection. They were prosecuted for revolution. Revolution means putsch. Revolution means overthrowing an established power by force. That is what they were accused of. And they were not told the specific facts for which they were arrested, even though under criminal law, when you are arrested, you are told the facts for which you are being arrested. You are told, Mr. Otu, the item belonging to such and such a person on such and such a day at such and such a time. At no point were the facts for which they were arrested presented. the offenses are listed first, and only then they look for the facts. This is not good for our country. I never imagined that Mr. Biya, who promised us democracy, who promised that history should remember that he left us democracy, would allow that at every election there will be deaths in this country, that there will be arrests, that there would be imprisonments, that there would be people who are injured and disabled for life. The government must, and I urge them to do so, communicate quickly to provide the exact situation of Cameroonians who have been arrested, are in police custody, or are in prison. We have the right to know how many people have been arrested. Otherwise, I repeat, it will be a crime against humanity for people to be arrested and imprisoned without knowing how many there are or where they are. We must recognize that this is wrong and that we have the right to know.
Those who demanded justice were beaten.
I'm gonna film you so your parents say you're a troublemaker. Yeah, it's manga, right? I'm gonna film you. I'm gonna send your parents proof that you're a troublemaker. Shut up.
Abdou Aziz, 28 years old, was killed by gunfire in Ngong on October 28, 2025. Sanda, 22 years old,